Always amazes me the extent to which there's a incredible desire for leaders with character now. And it says something about the world today that that's the question we get asked so often. Like, how do we choose leaders with character? How do we be leaders with character? And there's no easy answer. There can't be, because the essence of having good character is that you do the right thing even when it's hard. Everyone does the right thing when it's easy. No one goes to the world saying, I'm the sort of person who does the wrong thing. But the trick is, how do you do it when everything is against you? When the easy path, the path to profits or promotion or prestige, is just go along with the flow. Do what everyone else wants you to do. That the character, there are no easy answers to leading with character, because that would defeat the purpose of the question. But I think what we see when we see people who lead with character is, the first is that it isn't a one-off. It's not that they do the right thing when it's hard, and then in the rest of their lives they live ordinary lives. It's that leading with character is an intrinsic part of your identity. It's something that they think of every moment of their lives, that every decision they make, every choice they come to, is framed in moral terms. And they do it this way for two reasons. One is because character is like a muscle. It strengthens as you exercise it, right? Integrity is improved as you do it over and over and over again, as you acquire the habit, right? The virtue of acting with character. It comes from repetition. We are what we do repeatedly, not just once. But then the second thing is because by doing something repeatedly, by making it the central focus of our choices, we make it part of our identity. Identity is one of the most powerful things about people, right? In general, you have a sense of who you are, and everything you do acts in consonance with that identity. This is the thing. This is who I am. And what leaders with character are people who have built identities around the sense that they are the people who do the right thing even when it's difficult. They are the people who do the right thing even when the world is telling them otherwise. Because there are always excuses, right? So one of the things you learn when you study psychology, that I would say is quite disturbing, is that the smarter someone is, the less likely it becomes that they will change their mind in exposure to new information. And the reason for that is because the smarter you are, the more able you are to come up with explanations why that new information does not mean that you are wrong. Right? So new information doesn't change your mind because it doesn't have to. You figured out a way to stop that from happening. So right? So that's so critical, because it's what we are not rational beings. We are rationalizing ones. There are things that we want to do, and then we do them because we want to do them, and then we construct reasons why that was the right thing to do, right? So the great danger, the great way in which we go wrong over time, is that we do the things that we want to do, and then we explain why they were actually the right thing to do, and then that makes it easier to do the wrong thing over and over and over again. So the smarter you are, the easier that becomes. The more powerful you are, the easier that becomes, because the temptations of taking for yourself, of using power for your own benefit instead of the benefit of those you're supposed to serve, become greater and greater. And so what the leaders with character are, the people who reject those temptations, who are honest both with themselves and with other people, right? So being honest with other people is really important. You should be honest with other people. But the essence of character, even beyond that, is being honest with yourself, with acknowledging why you want to do something, acknowledging what your real motivations are, and then choosing to do the right thing, even when in the short term, and maybe even in the long term, it's not necessarily the thing that is most in your interests. So leading with character is the final and the most important test for leaders. Leading with skill is important. Like, even if you are a great character, if you're not a skillful leader, you should never have that job, because we need people to do jobs well. But leading with skill is incredibly dangerous if you use that skill purely for your own enrichment. It's only when you use it for something greater than yourself that we actually leave a legacy that people are likely to respect.